Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is me, the Mysterious Cameraman, and today I'm going to be talking about, what's it called, Sleepwalker, Episode 1, Somnambulist, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly, I've been trying for a while. But this is the first episode in what's supposed to be a saga, but I don't think there's other episodes. There isn't yet, but I don't think there's going to be. I think this is kind of a one-episode fan film that was supposed to be a whole show. And what I like about this channel is because it began years ago, just Sleepwalker fans, but it became this film, which I think is such an interesting way to sprout a fan film. And it has an interesting plot because it's not normal. It has this Marvel-esque vibe with the editing is fine. But we got to editing in a minute. I'm talking about story now. Main hero, Sleepwalker, this filmmaker guy, it's a cool actually plot because I like how diverse it is. And it doesn't feel like a real plot. It feels very manufactured. It doesn't feel like real, and I like the set editing and stuff, and it just looks cool. Like, it looks like a cool fan film, which is something you don't really see from fan films often. And as for story, I think it's cool to see this, I don't really think they know how Sleepwalker is to be yet, but, I think it's cool, an introduction to it. The 8-Ball character, it's a fine villain. I don't really know its motives or anything. I think it's just, a basic generic robber for a Sleepwalker to stop, which I'm fine with for an episode 1. Very clearly for episode 2, it's going to focus on that scientist plot, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Girlfriend character, it's fine. Not great, but then there's this side character which touches the prism. I think that's a fine way to set up in a post-credit scene for the second episode. What just sucks is that there might not be a second episode, which kind of sucks because the first one was so good and I want to see a second, because this fan film feels like a fan film. It doesn't feel like it's trying to do so much crazy, and it tells a full story with background scenes that aren't needed. Some of the scenes aren't needed at all, but they're there to set up the story, which is what I think makes this such a different fan film, because it's not just focusing on the main character. It has this whole scientist plot and this whole plot with the villain. And most other fan films, most recently the Doctor Strange ones, really just focused on that main Doctor Strange character, which worked for it, but it didn't really make Nightmare a character. And then Origins of the Year for Voldemort, it did develop a villain, but it didn't really develop a hero as well. And it was just a very different type of fan film. And Gamma King of Thieves developed the hero and the villain, but it didn't develop any other plot. It was just Gambit. And it was just a very interesting way to do it. But this fan film really has 2 plots. It has the Sleepwalker, 3 plots. The main life with the girlfriend and the hero, the Sleepwalker plot, and the 8-Ball character plot. And I think and the scientist plot. So there's 4 main plots. And they work good because they all seem connected, and I didn't expect that. Editing, Sleepwalker looks fine, but I didn't actually understand its powers until a few watches in. I've seen this multiple times, because you don't understand it as well, because, I don't know, it just looks the bending and stuff, it doesn't look natural, and I didn't understand its powers, and I don't fully do still to this day, but I'm not doing the research on it. But besides that, the editing isn't great. It's not terrible either. It's a good editing. It's fine. It passes for a fan film with no budget. Next thing I could probably talk about is script. It's written fine. You can see that a lot of people did work on the film, which is kind of rare for a fan film, because it's very rare that so many people work on it. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see so many people pitch in on the fan film. And yeah, I can't wait to see more from it. Because this is a cool fan film, and kind of like Nightmare and Doctor Strange, it has more story to tell. And what sucks with some fan films is that you have to wait so long for another episode to release. And which is why I can't wait for another episode to release, because I really want to see some of those sequel plots, because when you set up a post-credit scene, you kind of have to do a sequel. unless you physically can't, and I think they kind of have to do a sequel, and they can't move on to something else. Because it's not just that, like, 6.8 thousand views is a decent amount of views. Like, Doctor Strange Nightmare only had, like, less than 1,000. Origin of the Year and, like, Darth Maul Apprentice all have, like, millions, and, like, yeah, but, like, some fan films don't have that many views, and this is a fan film that I think has a chunk of views, and I think it deserves those views to be used, because, like, it is a good film, like, it's a good film, so, like, I want to see more from the saga. Besides that, it's just a cool fan film overall. I just think it understands the character of Sleepwalker, which is something I wanted to see for a while, because I feel like this fan film understands Sleepwalker as a character, and I didn't think a fan film would really do that, because some fan films don't understand a character, and this understands Sleepwalker. Yeah, and I think that's just a cool way to do a scene. Besides that, I really hope there's a sequel to this. It did do a few videos about it, but, like, yeah, it didn't do much. Over the summer, I'm going to do a lot of updates on these fan films, so, like, I'm probably going to do a Sleepwalker update, a Lotus update, but, like, I really want to see more about this. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.